We had another possible active shooter incident that was averted in California at a Christian school. Look, there's been a lot of violence upon Christian churches and Christian schools within the last year. It is going to get much worse, my friends. Let's talk about the recent development that just happened this weekend. It was an active weekend for church shootings and for church violence. This one was averted. The police and the school did a great job. We'll go ahead and break it all down. Before we do that, at least 75% of the people that watch my videos never subscribe. Help me out, man. Subscribe. It helps the algorithm. Plus, I like seeing the numbers of followers go up. It gives me a little dopamine hit, and I appreciate it. All right, so let's go ahead and break this incident down. On February 8th, the Ontario Police Department, that's Ontario, California, which is a not so nice city down in Southern California. They were alerted by the principal of Ontario Christian High School, which is a Christian school, about a student, Sebastian Villaseñor, who showed an unusual interest in school shootings and apparently had access to firearms. A student came forward about the suspect to the school because the school had a see something, say something policy, which basically was, come forward, we'll keep you anonymous, just tell us what's going on. This student felt that the suspect was going to come forward with an active shooting incident based on something that the suspect had said to that student. If the student had not come forward, I think the active shooter event would have happened. And we'll talk more about what they found. So the police did an investigation very quickly. Those things evolved very quickly. And they found that Villaseñor was planning a school shooting. He had researched school shootings. He looked at police response times from the police station. So he actively went online to see how long it would take to get from the police station to the school, which joke's on him, cops are all over the place. And he was in the process of actually selecting a date for that attack. Now, after arresting Villaseñor, police did a search warrant at the house, and they found, their words, not mine, an arsenal of 7 rifles, 2 revolvers, 1 handgun, 1 shotgun, and over 1,000 rounds of ammunition. I just got to hold up for a minute, not to diminish what's going on here, but I got more than that just in this room. I'll leave it at that. I'm not sure why people say an arsenal was such a small collection, but it is what it is. But regardless, he had a date planned. He was bragging he was going to do it, and he had the means to do it, and that's super important. Now, Villaseñor additionally had identified 5 intended victims, and he contemplated killing a 6th, all of whom were students at Ontario High School. He has been charged with 1 count of attempted criminal threats and 5 counts of attempted murder. Now, I was a cop in California. I do not think they're going to get any charging on those attempted murder counts because they may have been planning it, but he didn't move forward with it. So I'm not sure where they're going with the attempted murder charges, but it is what it is. Now, they determined that Villaseñor was not motivated by bullying or harassment, but he did have difficulty forming social interactions. He is considered the sole suspect, and there is nobody else in the community, or no other threats to the community based on this. With that said, these things are going to increase. So here's some stuff that you can do to prevent similar incidents at your Christian school, in your Christian church. Everybody should be enhancing their security protocols right now based on the war in the Middle East, the war that's expanding, the events that have transpired very recently. And what I've been telling you is it's going to happen, and it is. You should regularly review and improve your security measures, including access control, surveillance cameras, and emergency response plans. The last couple of active shooters have been stopped because of security measures at the schools and at the churches. We should all take a page from the Jews right now. They are doing a great job protecting their synagogues. It's still open so people can come worship, which is super important. We don't want to make our churches and our schools into bunkers. Well, maybe the schools should turn into bunkers, but the churches not so much. Just remember to have somebody armed at every open entrance. You should have active shooter training. This school just went through active shooter training, and part of that was telling the kids, come forward, talk to us. If you see something, say something, and nothing will happen to you. We'll keep it a secret. And it worked very well in this case. Again, that see something, say something campaign is super important. You want to cultivate a culture where students and staff feel comfortable reporting suspicious behavior or concerns to authorities without any fear of retaliation from anybody. That fear of retaliation is the biggest thing that keeps people from coming forward. You also want to have mental health resources at your school for the students that are struggling. We did a thing over at Survival Dispatch today where we talked about the active shooters and how they've been taking hormones or other things that have affected their mentation. I think that having mental health resources on hand certainly doesn't hurt. Another big one is parental involvement. A lot of these parents are aloof to what their kids are doing because they're busy with work. So parenting is obviously the biggest weak link here. And the last biggest one, I keep repeating it, collaborating with law enforcement. Make sure you talk to your local law enforcement agency, have them do regular drills and communicate with them regularly. Now, look, that's all I've got for now. I just wanted to put the information out to you. It's important. The threats are increasing. We need to protect our people. The biggest thing to remember is your ABCs. Always be caring.